Hello, folks, and welcome once again to another podcast of the Underdog Hockey Pod. Tonight we've got our always favorite featured guests, as usual, Tyler.
How's it going, boys?
And Bradley.
How goes it? Happy to be here.
Now, before we start this podcast, let's start out the right way.
Double fisting.
What are we drinking tonight, Tyler?
Well, last week we had Red Truck's, I think it was the lager.
Yes.
And today we got the Golden Ale.
That's a summer beer right there.
It's a tasty fucking beer.
That's a tasty beer.
Let me tell you that much.
Red Truck Brewery.
Red Truck, if you want to listen to this and sponsor us, then by all means.
All right, so
listening.
listening. The top of the tonight is top 20. That's right, 20. So this is actually going to challenge us a little bit here.
Top 10 is harder.
Okay.
20, you just throw everybody on the list.
All right, I guess so. All right.
Leave some people off the list.
So tonight we're actually rolling with the top 10 centermen in the league right now.
As of right now.
At the exact moment that we're actually following. That's right.
Yeah.
We're close to the tail end.
Up to the minute.
We're in the tail end of the season, so now we're at that fine point where we got to figure out. We're going to discuss who is the top 10 centermen in the league right now as we speak. So I don't know what you fellas. We're off the draw. For my number one, I'm obviously going to pick Connor McDavid because he just kind of dominates.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on McDavid's the best.
No, I really don't like the guy personally. I've never been a fan since day one, but I will have to kind of bite the bullet and say
why?
Who, Sidney Crosby?
No, McDavid.
Who are you talking about right now?
I'm saying number one, number two right now.
What?
What? You just said you don't like Connor McDavid.
No, I love Connor McDavid. I don't like Sidney Crosby.
You
didn't let me finish. You cut me off. Because by default, unless you guys had a different number two or a different number one, which I'm skeptical
I
of.
had Crosby 1, McDavid 2.
Okay, we got
I think an argument can be made for both depending on what your criteria is.
Well,
If I have a Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals, I'm taking Crosby.
McDavid's hasn't reached that stage, though.
That's what I'm saying.
He's had
So I don't know if that's really a fair assessment.
It's not fair, but
he's had one go through the playoffs,
and
he wasn't much of a factor on the team. In those series, he got shut down pretty good.
Well, that's because they had to shut him down.
Yeah, well, they did it.
When you have all five skaters coming at you, I think anybody gets. I think even Crosby would have to deal with that too.
Crosby's a winner.
Yeah, he also has a pretty good caster on him though. He's
always had Malkin with him.
He's always had the understudy Malkin, and
that's. And I hate using Pittsburgh as a comparison to anything because they have best case. They have an unfair advantage more than any team in the league. Is you have two number one centers.
Yes, like if Crosby wasn't there, Malkin would easily be the guy.
Oh, he'd be. If Malkin was playing in Montreal or Toronto, that's all we talk about is how great Malkin is.
You can argue that Edmonton has two number one centers as well.
Draisaitl?
Yeah,
they do. Well, some teams but I'm talking I'm not talking like this right now, but I mean like for the last 13 years they've had two number one centers, so it's given them 3 cups.
Yeah, no, they're very dominant, and they are scary on the power play when they put them together.
Oh, because they I don't think Pittsburgh has ever had true power play problems. Dumpster. Because those two guys are always on there.
Just so much firepower.
Well, then they had the HBK line, which also helped, which also dominated. Yeah, so for secondary scoring, just get the hell out of here.
But got his contract because that one playoff run, he got a 4-time score.
Yeah, we got 2 cups out of the deal. Who did he get traded by the way? Who was that notorious team that traded Bedino away? What was that name again?
The Canucks. Well, at the time it was not. Because we're not talking.
All right. Anyway, not to digress.
1 McDavid, 2 Crosby,
3. Ooh, Malkin. I have to give it to Malkin for me.
I think I'd go McKinnon. I'm a huge McKinnon fan. Have you watched him play?
No. I would agree.
He is so scary to play.
Yeah,
I've gave Nate Mack number 3 as well.
Yeah.
The thing with McKinnon, what's impressive is that Denny Brewer once described him as being that guy looks like he's fast forward.
Like you actually, if you, I'm not sure if you've watched Colorado play recently.
Yeah.
But the Canucks played them 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, Jesus, this guy, he was literally toying with the Canucks. He should have had 5 or 6 points that night. But for whatever reason, he had the 1 goal and whatever.
Well, you being a Canucks fan, I'm surprised number 1, number 2, and number 3 wasn't Pedersen.
No. He's maybe
hey, Groggy.
But McKinnon, he is just... He is... After McDavid, and I'm saying, just, electric players to watch and how they play... Oh, he's just such a treat.
You know what? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to change
He's so
mine.
shifty.
I'm changing mine to Barkov.
He's on
Number
my top 10.
3.
Number 3 for me. Watching him recently, you really realize how effective he is. He's a big body. He's skilled.
He's a true number 1 center.
He is a beast, that guy.
I just hope Florida doesn't fucking waste his career.
I really hope so. I hope that's not the case either, because Rick really, I really had to think about it for a second. I've just watched him. I've watched like 2 games with him recently, and that guy is just a monster.
No,
you can put that guy, anybody, and he'll just find them the puck, or he'll just do it himself.
No, he's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
Like, he has serious, like, I'm talking like serious potential if he ever gets him supporting cast.
Yeah, I feel like he.
I've got him a little further down on my list, but definitely easily top 10.
Yeah.
Close to a top 5. I have him at 6.
So we got Crosby, McDavid.
Are you gonna side with this on McKinnon?
No, I'm gonna have to stay with Barkov because he plays with some pretty rough forwards.
So you're going okay. So Barkov does something that McKinnon doesn't. He is a shutdown center as well.
Yes, and I really do like a good solid 2-8. Like that's why I always stroke Ryan O'Reilly's cock all the time. But we're gonna knock it up.
Number 4.
Oh, that's hard.
Ryan O'Reilly does not belong in any top 10 list.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
No, he
Why the hell
top
not?
Top 10 beards.
Top 10 beards, maybe top
No.
10. Have you seen his curve?
Top 10 players.
Yeah, I've seen his curve.
His curve is like just a big old toenail hangnail.
But what I'm getting at though,
top 10 number 90 players.
Yeah, number 90.
But we're gonna recap briefly though. But let's so the boy so far we got Crosby, McDavid, and it's irreversible pending who you ask. We've got
McKinnon
and Barkov.
Okay.
So 2 versus 1, and then so for number 4 for myself, I'm gonna have to take, because you don't really hear much about him lately, but he's still a pretty solid player. I'm gonna have to say Jack Eichel.
Where is Malkin gone in your list? You had him at 3. Now he's not even in your top 5.
You know what though, like I don't know, he is unbelievable. He probably should be number 4, but I think I'm just gonna spice it up a bit and go with Jack Eichel.
Okay. Well, I don't think Eichel has any pedigree. The guy's gone quiet in the last month or so.
He's a pretty skilled cat though.
I'm not doubting his skill. I'm just doubting his.
He's another one of those players with crazy explosiveness and foot speed.
Well, it's just the way his strides are like he's like Bauer. Oh, there looks like there's a bit of a scrap going on. We're watching the Canucks game too, and the Devils play right now.
He's got some power.
Yeah, he's got some power. He's got a good shot. He's got good reach.
But I think he's gonna be. I think he's kind of one of those guys. At least for now, like Buffalo hasn't scored a goal in 3 games. I know he's suspended for 2 of those, but he's gonna be like a guy until he gets going. I look at him. I see like all the skill. You see highlights, and he's like, I want more out of him. You know,
even with that cast,
that whole team's gone to dog shit though.
I know, but his line was really good there for a while. It doesn't matter, if you're that good, if you're getting paid $10 million, you better be more than what he is right now.
No, this is true. I would agree with you on that. But I think long term though, I think he's got a lot of promise.
Oh, I think promise, but right now I'm like, I know you're a good player, but if you're getting paid $10 million, you probably be producing now and not in a few years.
But I don't really always agree with that at the same time though, because he really is left out with a fairly.
Oh, Buffalo, a true number 1, like just a one-line team.
Yeah, exactly.
They have Skinner, Reinhart, and Eichel, and then it's Middlestat, who's probably not quite ready for the show. They kind of forced him in there. And then after that, who do they got? They had Gergensons, and who else? Pozo, Palmanville, Savoca.
Well,
these are all like guys that are like aging middle 6 veterans.
No, I agree. You're absolutely right about that. I mean, some of the younger guys. Pardon me. Evan Rodriguez actually looks somewhat promising, but he's probably going to be a bottom 6 or. Maybe if he develops a bit more and gets a little more under his belt, he'll probably be a top 6 centerman.
They're kind of like the Canucks and Colorado. They have a top 3. They have a top 3, and then it just drops way off. And you need more than that nowadays.
Who are your fellas is number 4?
I've had Malkin.
Okay.
Number 4, I gave to Malkin as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I really would
just hit 1,000 points the other night.
Yeah, he and I really should give it to him, and but. I kind of want to change it up a little bit, so I apologize. So you can totally scrutinize me in the comments if you want.
Number 5. Who did I have? My list.
When Malkin. Okay, let me go back to Malkin for a second.
Okay, yeah.
When Malkin gets pissed off,
Oh boy.
He can be the most dominant player in the NHL. When he's mad, when he's got a chip on his shoulder, he can just take over a game.
He's kind of like Corey Perry. Like him and Corey Perry are like that. At least Corey Perry used to be more like that.
But Malkin is he's a dirty player.
He is a dirty boy.
He's a quiet, dirty player to play against. He's
He never
throwing
was-
a couple slew foots, a couple butt ends. He's an asshole to play against.
You know what though? But the thing is, you got so many gearheads coming at you anyway.
I definitely. He probably if he gives it, I know he takes it.
He does.
Definitely gets a lot of attention.
He's a tough dude. I sometimes I really don't like Pittsburgh, so it's hard for me to admit it. But I've never necessarily minded Malkin. And like I said, his talent is it's really kind of unfortunate that he does almost kind of play behind Crosby because you'll never really hear him get the recognition he probably deserves.
On a true scale, I don't think he'll truly get. We'll never truly know how really good he is.
Yeah.
Because he's always going to be playing with the greatest player, like a generational talent. You know what I mean?
Well, you've seen it.
I've seen it in playoff runs.
Stretches where Crosby hasn't been there.
I know he just goes like a 2-point per game pace.
Yeah, he takes it over himself.
He's a solid player though.
He's a top 5 center for the last 10 years because he has that second gear, which you can't teach it, you can't make it, you got it or you don't.
And this time of year, especially,
that whole team's just
they're
turning.
Yeah, they're like, all right, it's time to wake up,
we
boys.
got about 15 games till
we gotta get in there.
We got shit to do.
We've been cruising it the last 4 months.
They've been hovering just in and around that wild card spot, and now they're up sitting. I think they're third, but they're 2 back of
Long Island, and then
2 back of the Islanders and 4 back of Washington.
Yeah, so that Metropolitan Division could very well be theirs, and I wouldn't be surprised because as much as I hate them, they are really good, and
they have the pedigree,
and they're fun to watch too.
They have obviously they're fun to watch, but you hate them because I hate watching them win every year. They have success. I'm sick of seeing them.
They have 12 games left, I believe. I'm just looking it up on the standings right now.
They just dismantled Buffalo. Talking about Buffalo.
Well, Buffalo. I mean, for God's sakes.
They got 11 games left.
But Buffalo has no excuses to be bad anymore because they have they have a number 1 center. They have a true and they have a franchise defenseman in the making.
Yeah, and then they got a fringe starter goalie.
They have the pieces. They just can't put it all together. They're.
All right, who's
They got 11 games left. I'm saying they go 9-2.
They're going to be up there.
Pittsburgh.
Okay, who's number 5? I have
Stamkos.
Matthews.
Who?
Matthews.
I said
Matthews.
I said Bergeron.
Ooh, all right, you got mixed pot here. Look at this. Bergeron's a good choice, so I do like that, but I'm gonna go Stammer.
I don't think Stammer's the guy you think he is anymore.
I didn't have Stammer in my top 10 even.
I don't have Stammer.
Whoa, what's going on here? Put the phone down. What happened? Explain.
He's up there in the points.
Mm-hmm.
Points by center. He's 6th, I think. But he's also plays power play with the leading scorer in the league, and also
how's that his fault?
No, it's not his fault.
Point has more points than Stamkos. He's the second highest scoring center on his own team.
How can you put Stamkos to have that a point when he's just...
Stamkos has always been a pretty consistent trooper, though.
He's a consistent player, but
he lost it those back-to-back years where he had really bad injuries.
When remember when he broke his leg in 2014 when he was forcing it to play.
I
for
was
the
right.
Olympics?
I want to bet off that because I said he'd be back in 2 months. He was back in 2 months because I broke my tibia too. That's what he broke.
Yeah, but he hasn't been the same player since. He doesn't sound as explosive as he was before that injury. If you watch him play, you can tell that second gear isn't there. His injury never truly healed.
Amen.
And then he had the clot problems, and there was something else in there.
Yeah, he had 3 injuries.
His shoulder? I don't remember what it was, but he was messed up for about 2 years, and he hasn't been the same player since.
The thing with him though,
he's still a number 1 center.
I would actually more point at the fact that,
he's also was he 28?
He's the same age. He's the same age as me.
29. That's why he's past his prime.
No offense.
Just get out of here.
I'm just telling you, he's slowly been on the decline.
Don't listen to these guys. I'll tell you what.
He's still a great player, but he also plays with Kucherov, who is just on another planet right now.
Just because you might be a little older, that's fine. Because comes age, comes wisdom. You become craftier.
Please, I'm stopping. Don't compare yourself to Stamkos.
I'm saying.
I'm stopping you right now.
You become older, a little wiser. He's obviously gotten craftier. He's still an amazing player. He's the number 5. I'm going to pass on to Brad, or just actually I'm not going to pass on to Krog. He's on his phone.
No,
Brad, you go ahead.
Ask Brad why he thinks Matthews is 5th.
Boo.
Okay. Let me rewind here. Okay, Matthews. If you see him play, like he is just like, he kind of has that toyish style to his game where he just kind of weaves in and out, and he has the sickest snap, pull and drag shot. But he's kind of like Eichel, where I'm like, give me more. But I think his skill level, I think he's just bar none. Like he's so talented. But I'm like, his numbers aren't that amazing. Maybe he's a tiny bit overrated.
I think he's a bit overrated.
I think he's just in the spotlight because he's in Toronto. So
his numbers aren't that amazing. But if you watch him play, like, this guy is just crazy good.
Side note: spotlight is not a good enough term. The dude can't even go shopping.
No, he can't. He can't go in public.
He literally.
Do you think he uses Uber Eats a lot?
Probably. He literally, according to sources, well, when the season's over, he goes straight back to Arizona.
Oh, of course he does.
He goes straight back home because he doesn't want people to recognize him. But anyway, continue.
I don't blame him. I mean, the guy's a hockey player. He's not a celebrity.
Yeah.
But he is a celebrity
in Toronto.
Yeah. But I think Matthews at number 5. I'm not sold on that because, like I said, I think he's a great player. I just we should be better than what you've been producing. Like, this year he's good, but he's not been great. Like, Marner's been great.
You know, but
Tavares has been great.
I think
Matthews has been good.
I think though, when you sometimes I'm saying this loosely, when you're given a cast that you don't have that dependability to be the man.
I know you're going with this.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to be the guy. It's like Patrick Waugh said when he went to Colorado. He goes, I don't have to be God. I show up, I play my best.
Make the first save.
The team does the rest for me.
Yeah.
Rob Blake or Adam Foote or any of those Hall of Famer defensemen just clear it for me and I'm done.
Yeah. You just kind of
go with the flow. Because
you take your foot off the gas because you're not the one that has to be pushing everybody through.
No, and I think that's a very strong point because of that fact. I mean, I think Marner, he doesn't have to be. He doesn't play against the number 1 shutdown pair of the other side. He doesn't play against Bergeron.
This is true.
Tavares and Marner get Bergeron. He plays against Krejci, who he should dominate Krejci.
Uncle Dave. There's an underrated player.
We'll see.
But let's hear Berge. What
were your number 5? Sorry, guys.
I said Berge.
He said Berge. I'm a big Bergeron fan, but
I think I'm talking. Okay, he's the best shutdown center. I'll give him that.
For similar reasons to why Barkov's listed so high by Kurt. That two-way center,
200-foot
that
game.
ability, yeah. He's probably the best defensive center in the league. In the past few years, he's actually turned it up.
Don't look at my list.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
No, sorry.
The past couple of years, he's developed a lot of chemistry with Marchand and Pasternak in that line when they're all healthy.
If I have a playoff series, I want that line.
That line, when they're healthy, when everybody's playing,
yeah, they can do it.
They're the most consistent and dominant line in hockey. The three of them as a trio.
Yeah, Pasternak is a hell of a player.
He is.
He's a sick winger.
But Bergeron's been pretty faithful, man. That guy had to collapse long in the playoffs one year, and he still played.
I remember listening to his injury list. It was like, this guy should be in an iron lung right now. He's so banged up.
He should probably be in traction right now.
Yeah,
he was playing with a punctured lung.
Yeah,
in that Stanley Cup Finals.
I'm not sure if he told the doctors or the coach said, I don't care. He's playing.
Yeah.
If he can walk, he's playing.
That's right. Yeah. He's alive.
Anyway, so you had Barkov and you had Bergeron. You had Bergeron and you had Barkov.
No, I had Stamkos.
Stamkos is not a top 5 anymore. Not top 5 center.
Well, that's your
opinion. I get it.
Opinion, man.
Okay.
Well, 2 of the 3 of us are certain he's not a top 5. I don't even have him in my top 10.
No, he's not in my top 10.
All right, number 6.
He might be top 15.
Just saying.
Number 6 for me.
If we were listing the top 20, I would probably put him in that one.
Yeah, he would have been top 20.
Number 6 for yours truly. You guessed it, folks.
Tavares.
Sebastian Aho.
Is Aho a center?
Yes, he is.
Is he playing? I think he's playing. I think he's a left winger.
He's a centerman.
I saw that he was listed as a center.
I don't. Who watches Carolina games? I don't know.
I was gonna follow up with that.
Do you know what? Look up NHL lines. See what is he playing center for them? They lost. They speaking of which, they lost. They lost it tonight, didn't they?
Talk about
They had a huge game, huge playoff implications.
It's good for Columbus though.
Out of the two, I want Columbus to win just because I just want them to win.
I think everybody kind of has sympathy if they win.
Because there's so much riding on this one, like 2-3 more weeks.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I'm just a fan of mayhem, but I want them to miss it.
I know. I don't. Just to watch them burn.
I do want to see both, but I do want to see both the Canes and the Blue Jackets make the playoffs because I think it'd be kind of fun to watch. That should have a change up.
I don't want Pittsburgh to make it, and I screw them.
No, but they're gonna make it.
They're gonna make it.
We have to admit it. Gotta admit it.
Guaranteed.
Who do you have it?
But Aho is my guy.
What?
Aho is my centerman.
What are you doing?
Left wing lock. They require you to have an account now.
No, it isn't. No,
yeah.
NHL lines.
So while they're doing that,
NHL lines?
Yeah, just Google NHL lines.
Sebastian Aho is clearly underrated in terms of the NHL itself because he does play in Carolina, so obviously you don't get nearly as much exposure. A bunch of jerks don't get any kind of exposure in the NHL. But the guy is crazy skilled. He's young. He's absolute genius with the puck.
I think he's a very underrated. I think Aho is right up there with Pettersson this year, but Pettersson just gets exposure.
But who's Pettersson?
Oh yeah.
Who is this Pettersson?
You haven't heard about him yet?
No, I haven't.
I don't know. Open your phone once in a while then.
Aho's listed as the first line center between Niederreiter and Williams.
Well, I told you. Anyway, so while these guys were contradicting or challenging my...
Yeah, I don't have Aho in my top 10 because I don't think he's a full-time center.
Well, you don't think like I do, so I'm joking.
I understand. Like,
but you understand.
I'm not understand. I watched him play against the Canucks, and wow, he wowed me.
He's got speed. He's got good hands, actually lightning fast hands. His IQ in terms of setting up players is second to none. A very underrated talent because he is in Carolina, so easily my next choice.
Yeah. I don't have my list at all because I don't really know much about him.
No, it's hard. It is hard. We don't get much exposure.
Maybe we've lost a little bit of credibility in that, but
we tried our hardest.
We all bring our own thing to this.
Yeah. Right. Okay, who was your number 6?
I said Barkov, and we've already gone over him.
He's been everywhere in the 3 to 6 so far.
He's easily a top 10 center. And this year he's really shone.
I have Scheifele at number 6. I think kind of like what we're talking about with Matthews is that Scheifele, he's a great player, but I don't think he gets this, like some guys, or same with Barkov. He doesn't get the exposure because he plays you know what I mean?
Florida.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that Scheifele plays in Winnipeg, but because he doesn't really get that much acknowledgement as a number 1 center. He's never really talked about. He just has he's having an 80-point season, but he's just, people want to talk about how bad Laine is instead.
It's so true.
You know.
Yeah, Tyler, explain that one to us.
Well, he's got 8 points in the last 6 games, so I wouldn't say.
He's playing with Scheifele, isn't he?
Yeah, he's up since he moved up to the first line. He's been racking up these.
Oh, Scheifele, pass to me. Yeah. I'll score.
He hasn't scored.
No,
it's been all assists.
I want.
He's turned into a playmaker.
No, he's an Apples man, is he?
Yeah.
I want to see. I've wanted to see Laine with Scheifele and Wheeler for a long time. Seeing what he could do playing left wing. I think he's better as a left winger.
Well, Cass's boyfriend. We're watching TV and Corey Schneider's on the channel right now. Anyway, so B-Rod, who's your boy? Different? Who's your pick?
Mine was Scheifele.
Scheifele.
So yours was. Our lists are different.
Yeah.
I just want to give Scheifele some acknowledgement.
No, he deserves it. He is.
So you said it's pretty subjective at this point.
Yeah, but no, Scheifele.
1 and 2 are runaways, and then 3 through 10 is just.
It's gonna be different. We can be here for hours debating this.
I know, but no, I like Scheifele. You took Barkov. So
you took Barkov earlier. I take Barkov now.
I don't think people understand how talented that dude is. He is unreal.
He
5 assists doesn't happen by accident.
He'll get a lot more exposure, I think, now.
If they ever get in the playoffs,
I would get his jersey. I would buy a Premier Adidas.
I know you would.
Authentic jersey with Barkov on the back, a Florida jersey, mind you.
But I can see Florida trading him.
Because that's the way they
shitty.
That's the way they think.
Not on this contract, but once this one runs out, And he's due for like a $14 million extension.
Yeah.
Then he'll get traded. Yeah.
No, he's a, like I said, dude's a monster. But at any rate, so number 7.
Number 7, I had Braden Point.
Uncle Braden. Now,
Okay, no,
let's hear it.
I know you're going with this.
I know, I'm already challenging you already on that.
Braden Point, I know he plays with some great players. I get it.
Well, great's is a pretty polite word.
So I think his points are, there's no way around it. They are inflated. There's no way around it. There's no way he'd be having the kind of season
like
he would
US
be having.
2008 inflation.
Or if he was playing on the Devils. There's no way he'd be having the same kind of season.
No, absolutely not.
That really kind of makes who he is, what he is, kind of murky.
Yeah.
Because he's playing with such great players. I mean, he plays with I'm not sure what it is now, but I'm pretty sure he's playing with Kucherov like 5-5.
Yeah.
So like every shift he's out there with, he's with Kucherov. He's a power player 5-5. Point has had really good playoff runs so far, which I think kind of makes him gives him some more credibility.
Yeah.
Besides just being Kucherov's, right hand man.
Yeah. On the power play too, right?
Yeah. I think.
I can't really give it. I mean,
I know what you're saying.
I acknowledge your opinion.
I'm not sold on him, like I'm like true top 10 center yet, because I want to see him do it on his own.
That's the thing. It's struggle I have with Pettersson too. People will talk about Pettersson. It's like, I don't know, man. You can't give it to a guy like that. Like it's just,
he's hit a wall in the last 2.5 weeks.
He has, yeah. But anyway, the Braden Point is a good choice. It is murky water, so I'm gonna give you a little flack on that. Okay. But I'll let you go with it.
I accept it.
I appreciate that.
Who was your guy?
No, I'm gonna let Crosby go first. I've been talking too much.
What number are we at? 7. I said Scheifele for 7.
7.
So all the same reasons. There's this new breed of centermen in the NHL in the last 5 years or so.
No, that makes sense though.
It's a shoot first type center.
You kind of have to
go if you go back 10 years.
Playmaking centers they're all goal scorers.
All these guys now can score 30 plus goals. Everybody we've listed off.
There's no more Henrik Steens and Joe Thornton.
There's no pass
Adam Oates.
Yeah, pass only guys.
Yeah, pass only guys. Like for some reason, centers are just built to be.
Scheifele is going to be a 30 plus goal scorer for the next 10 years, and good on him.
All right,
he's got a great contract.
Yeah, great contract.
Great number
great
7
contract.
So you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Ryan O'Reilly.
Okay.
I know I shouldn't.
7th best center in
no. Okay.
7th. Number 7.
No, let me change it. Okay, all right, fine. Okay. I'm gonna change it.
Number 7.
I'll never hear the end of this, folks. I swear.
Yeah, it's on audio now. You can't run away.
No, I can't. Okay, fine. No, I'll change it. I'll mend it. So, my number 7 is going to be...
We're not going to edit out this stumbling around you're doing while you're trying to figure
that's okay. That's fine. The people can listen to me. No, I'm going to go Kuznetsov.
All right. That's another guy. He's quietly had a really shitty season. By comparison to what he was in the playoffs. Like, I know he hasn't even hit 20 goals yet. Like, he's kind of been meh.
But the thing is, though, save your best for... I also read his Players Tribune article, so...
Oh, I think...
The dude sold me.
Oh, I mean, he's a really cool guy to look. He's just kind of like he loves like AC/DC and shit.
A lot of people really argued that he actually really should have won the Conn Smythe.
He probably should have, but I think Ovechkin was just for your entire tenure.
People,
thank you for.
People wanted Ovi to get it.
I think we all wanted him to get it.
Well, technically speaking, Crosby won the Conn Smythe trophy. And he actually had the exact same points as Kucherov, and Kucherov was eliminated from the playoffs in the 3rd round before in the conference finals.
Yeah.
And they still gave it to Sidney Crosby. He was taking selfies for God's sakes, and he didn't even get the award. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. My point is, Kuznetsov, solid centerman. I think he's the kind of guy. He saves his best for the playoffs. This year he's kind of meh, but he's also having a cup hangover.
Yeah,
so
he's having a cup hangover.
I'll give him that.
Back to this argument about Crosby and Kucherov in the.
No,
did you want Kucherov to win the Conn Smythe even though his team didn't?
No,
make the finals?
but I was like,
did it ever happen?
No.
I'm just saying but it's like
you can't be the playoff MVP if your team gets knocked out.
No, but I know, but it's like you had the same amount of points as the dude that lost in the bloody 3rd round. And yet, somehow, magic they gave it to Crosby the same reason they gave Brodeur the Vezina Trophy the year that Nabokov had better points than him.
This is just your bias against Crosby showing up again. How is it okay? Okay, let me rephrase this. Kucherov had that many points. How did his team do?
Oh, it goes to nothing. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
That's not in the history book to tell.
If you score 40 points in the first round and your team gets eliminated still.
That's what happened to Crosby and Gensel. Like, they were top 5 at the end of it, but it was all against Philadelphia. So, like, it didn't matter.
That's true.
Last year, yeah.
No, I'm not sold. That was just, let's just give Crosby the Conn Smythe because it's Sidney Crosby. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
It's the same reason.
It's the world we live in.
It's the same reason they gave Brodeur the Vezina Trophy. Nabokov beat him in every single stats, but wait a minute, folks.
But Nabokov could never do it in the playoffs.
No, he couldn't. But it doesn't matter. But they don't usually count the playoffs anyway, though.
No, I think I hate the awards now. They're so colluded.
They are very colluded. I agree.
I mean, if you're an 80-point defenseman and you just score points, you're automatically the Norris.
Even though that really shouldn't be the criteria, though. Because,
I hate it. That's the criteria.
But regardless, though.
We're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kuznetsov, my pick.
All right. I don't doubt Kuznetsov is one of my favorite players. I just think he's been mad this season.
So, I did not pick either of Washington centers in my top 10.
No, me neither.
That being said, I respect both of them a lot.
I respect them, yes.
Especially Backstrom. I think Backstrom's a fantastic
I think that's what helped Washington get over the hump because Backstrom was their number 2 center.
He was very effective. I have a lot of respect for Backstrom.
He's still...
And the goalie, too.
He's one of the very few playmaking centers left in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Backstrom's a UFA next season. I mean, like, God knows what he's going to get. I mean, you probably asked for $9 million, but I'm not sure if Washington can afford him.
That guy, what can you say?
He's still got it. He'll have a long career because he can pass the puck.
He's got the magic. What can you really say? I mean, he's a wicked setup man. The fact that he was authentically drafted by Ovi himself.
Yeah, pretty much. I remember watching that draft.
Yeah. And then how fitting was it when you saw him win the cup? How they were the whole time just hugging like we did it, we did it. And then those girls flashed him.
I never saw that. That was good. I had to rewind that.
But regardless, Backstrom's a good choice.
Yeah. So I had who did I have? We were talking about
7.
Now we're at 8.
8 now. Okay.
I had Barkov.
Whoa. It's 8?
Okay.
As long as you have him in the top 10.
All right, now I know that, but Barkov Point's been having point. I know. Okay, this is why top 10 center list, top 10 A list is so debatable for everybody. I would have a hard time picking Barkov over Point, Scheifele, Malkin, Matthews, McKinnon, Crosby, or McDavid.
Despite the fact he plays in most teams that he plays on.
To be fair, Barkov is also the 8th highest scoring center in the league.
I did not know that.
And the team he plays on.
Okay, I know he does it more on his own.
Yes,
but I'm just saying, my list can probably change, but I'm just saying, as long as he's in my top 10 list, I think that's what matters.
No, I agree, but I'm very disappointed in you. I'm joking. That's okay.
Who is your number 8?
My number 8. Okay, that's what. Well, this does get a little bit, as you said, it does get kind of tricky, especially when you have such
running out of spots.
You run out of spots fast. But no, number 8.
You don't have a list prepared?
I didn't cheat.
You didn't do your homework.
No, I'm gonna go.
Can you think about it?
No.
You have one.
Pick one.
No, it's Johansson.
Ryan Johansson.
Really?
Sorry, Johansson.
Your list is fucked.
Huh? No, you guys. The problem is you guys don't.
If we did not talk you down off the ledge, you would have O'Reilly and Johansson.
No,
as your 7-8.
Oh, I don't want to say no. Johansson, though, you have to give him some credit. Though the problem is you guys. Okay, everyone else in our damn society in the damn hockey world, they think the wrong way. Everyone thinks, who's the guy who puts up the most points? Who racks up everything?
I get it. I know what you're getting at.
Center, you can say whatever you like about goalie. Center is the hardest position to play. Ryan Johansson plays a 200-foot game. Plays his balls to the wall, really.
I'm not a Johansson hater.
There's so many good centers in the league.
It's hard, but in this situation, though,
I can't picture a world where he's top 10, though.
Yeah.
He
might be in that 15 to 20 range.
If he was a top 10 center in the league, he would make Team Canada's Olympic team.
Yeah, he would not make.
No, everyone knows Team Canada's biased.
What?
I'm just joking.
No, well, okay. If Team Canada were to make it,
they're biased to the best 12 players.
Yeah, if Team Canada were to make a list tomorrow, he would not be on it.
No.
He would not be top 12.
And they'd have at least 10 centers in their forward lineup.
Yeah, they would have 10 centers.
Well, Team Canada though, like look at who you have to deal with. There's a lot of good players.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Yeah.
How would he? If
he's not even one of the best 10 centers in Canada, how is he one of the best 10 in the league?
Because he carries his team pretty well, and like I said, he plays in a lot of different situations. So I mean, at the end of the day, you got to give the nod, some sort of nod to a guy who.
I understand that he's. I think his coming out party was 2 years ago against when he shut down Jonathan Taves. Like that was his. That was his coming out party. It's just too bad he messed up his.
He had a muscle. He had a blood clot almost.
It was like a punctured muscle or something.
Yeah, in his leg, and then he went in the shower, and then all of a sudden, next thing you knew, it was 3 times bigger than it should be, and he's like, "That can't be good." So he went to the hospital, and then they said, "You can't play anymore."
Yeah, that was a weird injury.
Who could forget him being in the wheelchair and PK Subban kissing him when they won the series against the Ducks? That was too funny.
Yeah, I
respectfully disagree.
That's fine.
You have your own list. I don't think you belong to the top 10 list. I hope if anybody comments, I hope they just tear you to shreds.
I invite it. You know what? Hey man, best comment, we'll put it on we'll put it on our pin board.
Yeah, we're gonna frame it.
Sounds
so
good.
who'd you have? Sorry,
I haven't said mine yet.
Okay, who's yours?
Nobody's brought this one up yet, so this is my first new player. I said Sean Monahan.
Boo.
Boo.
Let's hear it.
Okay, all right, go ahead. You have the floor. Let me hear your case. Plead it.
Big, powerful, two-way center, good in the face-off dot, quietly scores 30-plus goals a year.
Nobody cares in Calgary.
Nobody cares in Calgary. Johnny Gaudreau, baby.
Calgary is if you talk about coverage, Calgary's probably the number 7 out of Canadian teams.
Yeah.
You think so?
No, a little higher than that, I think.
Who's number 7?
Like nationally?
And where we live right now.
Probably, I'd say Winnipeg, probably.
I think because no.
Winnipeg? Easily.
I think, we're going off on a fucking weird tangent right now, but let's get into this. Okay.
I almost had him.
We live in Vancouver.
I almost got him getting off topic.
We live in Vancouver. Canucks scored. Pedersen, I think, maybe. We live in Vancouver. So, Vancouver gets covered a fuckload. What's going on here?
He's putting on, so...
Okay.
Our apologies, fans. It is Pedersen.
It's sponsored by Bud Light.
Just in time for our top 10 list.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back. So we live in Vancouver. Obviously, we are inundated with coverage about the Canucks.
Look at this shot, boys.
You scored him down Blackwood, for God's sakes.
Toronto is definitely up there because Toronto's covered, everywhere. We can't get away from Toronto coverage.
A propaganda machine.
Ottawa's covered a lot right now because they're such a fucking shit show.
Yeah, not for good reasons.
Not for good reasons. But
Similarly, Edmonton's covered because
they're pathetic. Same reasons Ottawa.
They're pathetic. Yeah. Everybody loves to watch a fucking train come off the rails. And there's two of the 7 Canadian teams.
It's so much more fun to talk about a shit show than
I'd say,
a good team.
Yeah. They're kind of under the radar.
And they're top 3 in the league.
Yeah, they're one of the best teams.
They're number 1. They're first, second in the conference.
Calgary's one of the best teams in the league.
And nobody cares.
Nobody talks about them.
That's what
I'm saying.
Winnipeg is getting that coverage, but I think it's because they have some of that star power. And they were the furthest Canadian team to advance last year. So they're kind of expected to be the repeaters. The great white hope for Canada.
And Montreal is Montreal.
Ottawa's got problems when Thomas
That's why Calgary's number 7 on who cares a shit in Canada.
Thomas Chabot leads your team in points, your defenseman.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. But
anyway, so
talk about your pick.
I just did. I said he's.
I know. I think he's a. I
take him in fantasy every year, and he's one of my top performing.
He's actually burning me right now in one of the series I'm in.
He's a great player, and he goes under the radar because Gaudreau. Okay, first of all, nobody talks about Calgary. Secondly, if they do, they're talking about Gaudreau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
And how good he is.
Or the goalie controversy.
But
or Giordano.
Yeah, Giordano even he's having a Norris trophy winning season, and nobody's even talking about that either.
So he should be on the underrated list.
Calgary's just undercovered.
And they are undercovered.
Undercoveraged.
Yeah.
I think it's undercovered.
I think Monahan needs to have a playoff run under his belt. It's good to get some coverage, get some acknowledgement.
Yeah.
But I don't doubt it. I think Monahan's a great player. I just don't know if he's top 10 right now.
I'm throwing him in there. Number 8.
Okay, number 9.
Number 9. Okay. Here's Ryan O'Reilly. I'll tell you why. Ryan O'Reilly, just so you know. If you hear this, I love you. Anyway.
He won't hear it, don't worry about it.
He probably won't.
Gotta write to him again.
Yeah, gotta keep writing the letters.
The notebook.
No, honestly, when it comes down to a centerman that you want, he's very underrated in the sense that
detonate.
When he playing in Buffalo really didn't help his career for a while there. When he was playing in Colorado, he was playing with a pretty offensively strong cast, so it was really hard for him to get past the center number 2.
He was a shithead to Colorado.
Because he was
Do you remember that?
the holdout.
Speaking of Calgary, what if Jay Feaster signed that contract?
Do you remember that?
What?
Like that was that move got Feaster fired.
Yeah.
What? Who?
Jay Feaster when it was the lockout, wasn't it? Or was it lockout? Or was it? It was
No.
summer. Well, it was the year after lockout.
What happened?
He was holding out on his contract. He
he signed Riley was
He
yeah.
signed a couple days before the deadline.
and he was playing in the KHL. Like so, he was signed and playing in the K.
Yeah.
And because he was playing in another league, he would have had to clear waivers.
And so they offer sheeted him. Let's put that that's a key big point. So Calgary offer sheeted Colorado's O'Reilly, who was playing in the K. So they offer sheeted him. Now Colorado quickly matched it, but it came out afterwards that if Colorado didn't match it, Calgary would have to pay the compensation, like a first, second, and a third. But before he could play for Calgary, O'Reilly would have to go through waivers.
Wow.
And there's no way he would have made it. Clearly. He would have got picked up in the first team. And Calgary would have given up all of that for nothing.
I'm supposed to feel bad for that?
No,
it's just a funny side story.
After that, everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And then, other GMs was like, "Yeah, I knew that." You know.
Yeah.
And that was what made Calgary everybody laugh. Because that was when Calgary was abysmal. Jay Feaster was shit in the bed. Jerome McGinley was on the outs. Kiprasov was on the outs.
Yeah.
Incompetent management.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Comes to the forefront, but whatever. Anyway, back to your story. How's your buddy O'Reilly doing?
Anyway, with O'Reilly,
talk about his nice curve.
Yeah, if you ever take a look at his curve, folks, let me tell you, it's a very unique one. It's super straight, and then it just jumps right into a little toe pick.
Yeah, if you ever see him on the bench, take a look. See.
Yeah, it's something else to look at. But regardless of that, though, really, what you got, I feel like he's like extremely underrated. The boys can disagree with him all they want. Like, just if you look at his points, he was the most consistent player on that team when St. Louis was struggling.
Yeah,
and he still is.
O'Reilly has always had good individual years.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason, it just has not translated into team success.
It does not.
Until now.
Until now, yes, exactly. The thing about him is that
they call him a cancer.
He's not doesn't have bad. He's usually pretty good with the boys. He is solid.
Anybody that doesn't wear visors is obviously a beauty. So
yeah, exactly. He's the 8.5% that doesn't wear visors. And then he got a wicked beard, but he plays a penalty kill, plays power play, and he plays even strength. He logs a lot of minutes.
He's top 5 two-way center, but he's not top 10 centers.
I think he is, but that's just my opinion. But
that's your opinion. Your opinion.
If you take a look at the guy,
he's gonna.
All-Star game. There you go, All-Star game.
He did make the All-Star game.
He did make the All-Star game. The guy was a beauty. No, overall, he's a hardworking guy. He takes very, very, very few hit pins.
I know he's like almost the perfect. If you were to draw him up, he'd be the perfect center.
Yeah, he never complains, never retaliates, takes no pims. He produces
PK.
Everyone's
like, and I know he's a great player.
Yeah, you guys understand.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's pass on a little bit.
Who's your number 9?
There is something to be said for point production, and he's never before this season. He's never been close to a point per game.
But he's always been
playing in Buffalo though.
But he was playing.
He's with Colorado and Buffalo.
But he's a young man in Colorado though. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I don't know if he would have got the player
until like 3 years ago.
I don't know if he would have got the time though. Like I said, he had some pretty good competition in front of him though for other players, for fellow line mates.
Yeah, but at the time he should have been he was their number 1 center at the time.
I thought Duchesne was.
No, Duchesne. Well, that's when. Okay, we're not with that.
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. Anyway, who's your pick, Tyler?
You say Matt Duchesne's the 9th best center in the world? What? What are we talking about here? Number 9? Is that what number?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say this will really, really I'm just preparing for the aftermath of these words coming out of my mouth. John Tavares.
I had Tavares at number 9.
He is.
I'm surprised he's not in your top 10.
I'm gonna slash your tires.
He should be your number 1.
Yeah, you love John Tavares.
Until
I got no real beef with him. You guys are the ones whining me. Why would you guys like bash him when he goes back to Long Island? And it's like, who gives a shit?
He's another. He was probably. He's been in the league for like 10 years now or so.
Yes, he has.
He's probably one of the first of this generation of those shoot first type centers. He's always had high goal totals.
He was 08.
Set
draft.
career high this year with playing with Marner. He's got 39 already and 71. He could easily have a 45 goal season.
What's he at 36 right now?
39. 39 goals.
So he's gonna get 40.
77 points in 71 games. So
He's been.
he's gonna hit 40 for the first time in his career.
He always shows up.
How's Toronto doing right now? They tied the Islanders with points.
I think Toronto is just kind of. They played the Canucks last week and they should have shelled them and they didn't.
That was pretty awesome to see the Canucks win, though.
Yeah, I mean, we all hate Toronto, but Tavares and Marner. Tavares was dancing all night long.
He's still an effective player. Hate aside, he still is an amazing player.
He's still an amazing player.
Yeah,
and he's so strong.
People will say he's quote unquote overrated now that he's gone to Toronto.
Yeah,
it's hard though.
He's just overexposed now. Everybody talks about him all the time, and I'm sure it kills you. I'm sure it kills.
It doesn't. Honestly, we didn't need him though. But we don't need him.
You don't need him?
I think Barzell.
How would you think your team would be doing this year if you had him?
Probably a little better.
Well, we can play the if, ands, and buts.
Barzell's numbers are pretty average now.
But that's because
he's playing against the best players in the league now. He's not playing against second-tier players.
But at the same time, though, too, there's that factor that he's exposed more to, like, obviously a higher-end set of talent, but also as a team, though, as a unit.
I know they're playing to more defense, but not as loose as
Casey Zizekas, for God's sakes, has 30 goals.
I know, but they're one of the lowest-scoring teams in the league.
Because Casey Zizekas is one of the guys you're relying on to score.
That's what I mean, a fourth-line player. But
he's not a fourth-line player.
He is a fourth.
He's not a fourth-line player.
He plays on the fourth line.
He is not a fourth-line player. There's no such thing as a fourth-line 30-goal scorer. They don't exist.
Well,
is it actually 30 goals? I thought he was at 20 last week.
I don't know. I'm kind of following you on that one. I'm
looking at. Actually, man, I might have been mistaken. Who am I thinking of? Who the hell am I thinking of?
I don't know.
No, he's higher than that. He has had an exponential amount of points this year.
When we were talking about. When we were having that discussion last week, I thought he hit 20.
No, sorry, 20. Whoops. Who the hell did I mix him up with?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm not
Matt Martin at 30?
No. Who the hell was I thinking of? There's like a really quiet player. And
Atkinson?
Maybe it was Atkinson.
Atkinson in the quiet leagues and scored 40 goals.
No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Like, there was a player who's like, you never hear a whisper about him. I'll have to look it up. Give me a second.
DeBrincat is 38.
Yeah, he's up there with like, who the hell? How the hell did he get up there that fast?
Pavelski has 37.
No, Getzel.
Gensel is going to score 40 this year. Yeah.
He's easily going to do that, man. He's a beast.
So many 40 goals.
But if you look at the average though,
Hoffman is like, it's too bad his girlfriend's like the worst person ever because he is a 30 goal scorer who nobody wants in the sense that nobody wants to trade for him because they're not worried. They're so. Like he went for like pennies on the dollar because nobody wanted to, because his value was shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're not wrong on that one.
It's too bad because like he's a great player, he's a great shot, but it's just his girlfriend's just so much baggage.
The funniest part about that is that Ottawa traded him to San Jose for nothing.
Dorian got the phone immediately.
He got flipped immediately for twice as much value.
To their division, he'd be like, called up Doug Wilson. What the fuck, man? Like, seriously?
And then a month later, he trades Carlson to them.
Yeah.
Well,
you're not going to do this to me twice now.
Yeah. But anyway.
Okay, so number 9, I had Tavares. I think Tavares is, I love Tavares.
So you've got Tavares, I've got Tavares. What's your number 9?
You know who it is.
O'Reilly.
Oh, it's O'Reilly. Sorry.
O'Reilly.
Number 10.
I'm getting confused.
2 the last spot.
I feel like a hipster right now, but I'm going to go William Karlsson.
Hey, I hate your
What the fuck are you doing with your
What's wrong with William Karlsson?
You are the
10th best center in the NHL?
I think you know what, I'm going a little on the whim here, but
top 10. Top 10.
You know
I
what's
gotta think
funny?
outside
Right
the box.
now.
The problem is, okay, fine. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Okay, time out.
No, truth time. You're supposed to
I
say.
love your list. It's so much fun.
No, it's fine.
Just dissect what goes on in your brain.
No, but the thing is, it's more fun. Like,
Okay, so the funniest part about all of this is that you pegged Malkin at number 3, and now he's slipped all the way outside of your
Number
top
no,
11.
in spirit, he isn't. But I figure for the sake of this, because what are we gonna do? Oh, Brad, who's your number 4? Oh, it's the same as mine. Oh, it's the same as Crosby's. Oh, that was a nice discussion.
If you're just you're just throwing names out to piss us off and get a weird list.
Yeah,
It's totally fucking
well, a little
us up.
controversy's good, you know.
Just throwing out names now.
But what's wrong with William Karlsson, though?
Zeke's your number 11.
I don't
for
know.
Christ's sakes?
What's right with
Yeah,
William Karlsson?
no, he's not, huh?
You said what's wrong with William Karlsson.
What is wrong with William
What's
Karlsson?
right with William Karlsson?
He's a solid player.
Why
Like,
is he the 10th best center in the NHL?
Why is he a top 10 center of before guys like Monahan?
you just said no one talks about Monahan, and
I would take Monahan over Carlson 7 days a week, 24/7.
All right, when
Okay.
the game in the playoffs, you change
Why
your
is
mind.
he a better than?
It won't be because of that matchup, though.
Carlson? It'd be Carlson to Master Schultz, man, all day, or Riley Smith.
Okay, Carlson's he's back down to earth. He's not a 40-goal guy anymore.
Like I said, the guy is very underrated. Again, exposed to.
He's overrated, if anything.
No, I think he's underrated.
He did an invisible act in the Stanley Cup Finals.
And
I think the whole team kind of did though.
He's continued it through this season too.
Their whole fourth line though was scoring goals in that finals though. How can you really just pin it on just him?
What?
The fourth line in Vegas. There's 2 lines scoring in that whole playoff series in the finals. Is either the first line or the fourth line.
No, they were first. I didn't score. They 2 goals between them.
That's what I mean. Like it was a
Yeah, but if he's your number 1 center, he's top 10 center in the league. You better be doing better than that in the most important time of his fucking career.
Yeah. In terms of points, he has gone quiet, but I don't know. I got a good feeling about him in the playoffs though. He's a good speedy guy.
He's got a good shot, and I think for whatever reason, whatever he did between Columbus and Vegas, he's a completely different player.
Yeah.
But like, there's no 2 ways about it. But I don't think he's top 10. I wouldn't even put him top 20. Would you be in your top 20?
Probably not. I'd have to go back and look it up.
You guys are thinking too mainstream. That's your problem.
I'm thinking about who I would take if I had the first overall pick and we were only drafting centers. Who would I take? If I had the second overall pick and the first overall pick was already gone, who would I take? That's the way I look at it.
That's what I'm looking at too.
I'm not like, the top 10 scorers are my top 10 centers, because no, Aho is a top 10 scorer of centers, and I didn't put him on my list.
That's unfortunate.
I put him in my honorable mentions. I think he's got definitely.
Yeah, I have Aho, and Aho is a great player, but like I said earlier, I don't really know what he is. I know you got to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, got to pack it up. But who's your picks there, fellas?
For 10?
Yeah.
I threw Matthews in at 10.
Matthews, we heard that
Pedersen.
one. Pedersen, boo.
Pedersen.
I threw in 5 honorable mentions. 4 of them have been mentioned. Point, Aho, Eichel, Pedersen.
I think Pedersen is just. I think he might not. I just think he's his all world. He can do it at both ends.
But you can't really give it to a rookie yet, though.
I am.
Well,
I would take Pedersen over O'Reilly. I would take Pedersen over
I think
Carlson.
by the end of next year.
but O'Reilly's got more points than Pedersen. What do you mean? He can't
Pedersen
be that good.
is if you
Get out of here.
He does about 2 or 3 backhand toe away from the leg every single
Does
game.
he play penalty kill?
No.
He plays power play, obviously.
I would take Pedersen over those
Get
guys
out of
any
here.
day.
By the end of next season, he could probably be a top 5 center in the league.
Well, we'll see. I think again. No, I give it
Once
3.
he's got
Put
a
on
year
10
under
more
his
pounds.
belt, once he's got a couple years under his belt, he's going to be ridiculous. And there's no denying that fact.
If he keeps trending upwards, if he doesn't, and there's no doubt, and there's no reason to say he's gonna have a sophomore slump. Like if you watch him play, he's always fucking swearing on the bench. He hates to lose. Like he's gonna be the hardest working guy in the offseason.
That's a likely.
And you want that. And he I hate to make this comparison, but he plays so much like Datsuk.
I call them the Hendrick and Daniel Sedin reincarnation together.
If the Sedins and Pavel Datsyuk were to have make a love child,
no, I just say that the Sedins, like if they like merge into one being, it's Pettersson.
Like just on his smarts and
he's great on the defensive side too.
Like he battles. He first guy in the back check. He is a great defensively. Let's put it this way: he's a great two-way center as a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Those don't happen like ever.
No, they're not.
Like centers, first round picks who are centers, they usually start in the wing.
That guy is literally the meme of the guy looking over at the other girl with his girlfriend and saying, "She's saying what the hell?" For Brock Besser being the girlfriend.
Yeah, Besser, he's overrated.
He's overrated.
He's been replaced as the face of the
franchise. I think next episode we're gonna do overrated players in the league. But at any rate, so let's do a recap here.
I got one last honorable mention. I think you might like this one. Sean Couturier. What do you think about him?
The guy is a warhorse.
I think he's a great player. I'm a huge Couturier fan.
I like Couturier, man. The guy played on nothing in that playoff series, and he still was scoring.
Was it like torn ACL or something?
He had Gudas took him out in practice.
Yeah. I remember that. Like he was like,
and he got 4 points or 4 goals or something in the last game.
And the next game, and it's like,
he's like limping. Like you could.
Gudas is like the biggest like.
Like, what are you doing?
And his own teammate, he's throwing body checks in practice. In the playoff runs. Like, practice in the playoffs?
Well, no.
He's like a light skate.
It was an accidental contact. Like,
it wasn't intentional, no.
They were doing 2 separate drills, and they just collided.
I remember watching the footage of that, yeah.
It was. But I'm like, Jesus, man.
But
anybody who's played,
he's having a great season. You should stay the fuck away from him.
No, Couturier is a beast. I'll give him that.
I have in my honorable mentions. I have Stamkos, Kuznetsov, Eichel, Draisaitl, and Drew. I know I have them as left wingers.
My honorable mention is Max Domi.
He could, yeah. You know what?
Okay, Max
Domi. There's so many good centers. Domi, this is his first year as a center.
Yeah, he played.
He's doing good.
He played a little bit of center. He played a little bit of center last year with Arizona. A little bit of center. I remember when he played the Canucks, he was playing center. But I love Domi because he's just such a shithead. Waivers, remember that? Against Zach Smith.
He's built
waivers.
like his.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that?
No.
He was like teasing Zach Smith. You could go YouTube. It's like waivers
because he did get waived.
He got waived in the training camp.
So he got.
It was hilarious.
Preseason he got waived. And then they brought him back, and then they gave him an A.
Yeah, and then Duchesne's like, that whole thing was a kick in the nuts for us.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird because obviously Zach Smith's a cool guy and blah blah blah. Anyway, regardless, though, thank you for listening once again. We've had a great time here, and once again, subscribe. We're on Instagram, Underdog Hockey Pod,
and
let's hear. Yeah.
Soon we'll be on iTunes, right, Crosby?
Yeah, hopefully we'll get that figured out.
Yeah, we'll be on iTunes.
A couple days here. So let us know your top 10 list. There's a lot of guys we left off.
Yes, please do.
Anze Kopitar, anybody? I don't know.
If there's any supporters for O'Reilly, Carlson, Max Domi in your top 10 list, we got to know if you're out there, please.
They're out there.
Let us know if you think Cases
and Malkin is not in that top 10. I want to know if Malkin's not in your top 10.
Malkin was my top 10, but
he's not.
In spirit, he was there. I had to change it up, for God's sakes. Anyway, this is Underdog Hockey Pod signing out. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube. We appreciate your company. Have yourselves a good night.